Good morning. The most exciting thing is happening right now near me. There is a Barnes & Noble moving sale. I have never been this lucky in my area where there's been one, and I've always wanted to experience one. So we're going there today to see what books we can find for 50% off at Barnes & Noble. The only downside is I didn't catch this sale soon enough. I think it's day 3 of the moving sale so far, and I've seen a lot of content flowing around my social media from it, so I know it's been picked over. I'm literally only home for like 40 hours in between trips, which sounds so annoying to say. I'm so sorry. I was in LA for about a week, mostly for a Google and YouTube event that I was invited to and staying with my best friend Bennett. I just got home last night at like 11 p.m. It is 10 a.m. and we are off to Barnes. I haven't even unpacked, made coffee or breakfast. I haven't even made my bed, and that's like huge for me because that's usually the first thing I do. But we are home today, tomorrow, and then I leave again to go up north with my family for a week. So much to do, but Barnes & Noble is definitely first thing on my list because this is so exciting. I also brought one of these giant totes. I'm hoping to fill her up.
That's what she said.
I'm really hoping to fill her up. I'm so nervous that everything's gonna be picked over, but we just have to go and see because there's gotta be something that's like meant for me that's still there. So let's go to my first ever Barnes & Noble moving sale. Well, I just got here and they look packed. I'm really, oh, I'm here. I'm really scared. And I probably won't vlog a lot because I need to focus. Let's go. I felt like I was doing my own version of the Barnes & Noble challenge. That was the definition of blacking out and just, if you see it, buy it, because there was usually just one copy left. I had a hard time remembering that a hardcover 50% off is still gonna be like $15, so I tried really hard to just do paperback. Anything that wasn't a book, look at this. Anything that wasn't a book though was 75% off, so I did go kind of hard. I earned 11 stamps on this trip. Oh my God. Something I bought was 90 cents. These totals are crazy. The most expensive thing was a $13 book, but that's because it was a hardcover. I think I got 18 things. Also, this sweet old man complimented my ripped jeans. I'll show you. These things, which was really funny because most old people hate when we wear ripped jeans, but he was like, those are really cool because I like your ripped pants. He goes, people either love them or they hate them. And I was like, yeah, usually I just get people asking me if I paid full price for half the pants or something. But he was really sweet. And then I realized why, because he said, my boyfriend has this really fun pair of ripped jeans that are super tight. And I was like, they sound great though, you know? Like, then I was like, oh, no wonder he's so sweet. Like, no wonder I didn't feel threatened by him. He wasn't like a straight old man. I love a sweet little gay man as someone who's also in the community. Okay, the sun's coming out, it's hot, we're gonna do a haul at home. Very happy. I also found the next book in the LJ Shen series that I've been reading, and I'm so glad I grabbed it right when I walked in because by the time that I left, the stack of them that I saw, gone. They were all gone, and it was the 3rd book in a series, which is crazy. I haven't had tea, coffee, breakfast, or anything yet, so I gotta go. It is the next day. I did not film a haul yesterday, but I wanted to come back and share with you the massive Barnes & Noble haul. I will share the total with you at the end because I fear I may have forgotten the plot doing this. Like, I still spent a lot, but everything was so cheap. But all books were 50% off, and then anything that wasn't a book was 75% off, so I did get a couple of accessories. I got this gold sun bookmark. It says be grateful, but it's just so cute. I got these little like bookmarks. It says for a book lover, and it's like a little book tag. I think it's a set of 10, but I'm gonna add this to my blind dates with a book inventory. So if you purchase a blind date with a book from me, you might get one of these wrapped up. And then I got a set of coasters. I always need coasters, and these were literally like $1. Came across The Most by Jessica Anthony. I had seen this book at so many bookstores when I was out in LA with Bennett, and I wanted to get it so badly. I'm so glad that I waited because I found it for 50% off. I also came across a queer like rom-com that I've been wanting to read for so long. It's been in my save for later forever. And there was one copy of it left. Love at First Set. I am so excited for this one. I also grabbed Scandalous. This is the 3rd book in the Sinners of Saint series by LJ Shen. I've read the first 2 and I was going to wait to buy the 3rd one, but I'm so glad that I grabbed this right when I walked in because by the time that I walked out, the pile that these were in gone. They were gone. I wish I could have gone like day one of the sale. That romance section was cleared the F out, as it should have been. I bought 2 books that I had never heard of before but looked really cute. I grabbed Vintage Contemporaries. I can't tell if this is like a queer romance because it follows 2 girls in a dual timeline in 1991 and then 2005, and it's between Emily and Lucy. It might be an ex-friendship relationship. I can't really tell. Maybe the lines are a little blurred, but this just looked really, really cute. And then I also picked up The Devil's Grip. This sounds so good, and the cover immediately drew me in, but the description is what sold me, where I was like, I have to get it because it takes place in Florence. It's described as being deliciously disturbing, wickedly dark with a mystical edge. The story of an Italian love affair gone bad captures an irresistible pull, and the first sentence says a woman arrives in Florence. So I'm like hooked. I love books that take place in Italy. I also finally picked up Notes to John by Joan Didion. This is another one that I almost bought when at LA because I really want this nice edition of this collection of letters that Joan Didion wrote to her late husband John. I love her so much. Like, I could talk for days about how much I love this sweet little old lady because she is just like a genius and master of her time. I love her work. I love her mind. I love how she crafts and art and everything. And I cannot talk about her in past tense even though she passed away 2 years ago. Luna is on top of the Barnes & Noble's bags and they're making noise. She is just one of my favorite people ever on this earth. So I had to get it even though it was a hardcover, and hardcovers are going to be like still $13, $14. I grabbed 3 memoirs. So someone in my life, this is a totally random fact that has nothing to do with these 3 books. Someone in my life recently became a personal assistant to somebody, and I may have seen their book there and thought, you know what, suddenly I'm intrigued. So on an unrelated note, I got this memoir, The Beauty of Living Twice by Sharon Stone. I make it a goal to read 1 memoir a month. That really helped encourage this decision. I bought The Actor's Life by Jenna Fisher. And then I picked up Rebel Rising as well by Rebel Wilson. I've heard a lot of lore on this one. The rest of these books were no wait, not the last one, but these were all 75% off because they were on like the crafts table or whatever. I got this journal called What Is My Destiny, and it's like a very celestial journal or whatever, and it was 75% off of $9. Crazy. I got this book on love spells. I love stuff like this. Not like I really need to use the love spells, but I'm gonna put this in my library wellness room. That's where all my witchy books are. And then I got the superstitions kit primarily because it comes with a few crystals and tiny jars, oracle cards, and like stuff for spells. And it was worth it because 75% off 15. Crazy deal. And then I ended up getting this tarot coloring book as well. I'm not the biggest colorer, but you know, sometimes my hyperfixations can be real. Honestly, this might be fun to bring up to the cabin. And it was $2, so I couldn't resist. I ended up getting a second one just because this would make a really great gift if I ever need it for someone. Why not? So I grabbed that, and then I couldn't resist the last thing. I ended up getting Taylor Swift's The Story Behind the Songs, just like this massive coffee table book all about the iconic Taylor Swift. I know it was still going to be kind of pricey because it's like a giant hardcover book that was, well, it was like $14, but still, that was my Barnes & Noble haul. My total, which the receipt is underneath my cat right now, so I can't reach for it, but I remember it being $144, which is crazy, but for this amount of books at Barnes & Noble, without the sale, that would have been over 300 bucks. And I did get 11 stamps and a $5 discount for my next purchase, so a win is a win, but dream come true. I cannot believe I finally got to go to my first Barnes & Noble moving sale. Next time, I would just love to go on day 1. Maybe the universe was like protecting me from that because it would have been even worse if I went on the first day. You seriously do feel like you black out in that position because it's like, you know that you can't take your time to think about anything. You have to just like grab it. I'm glad I went though. I just filmed my LA haul of everything I got in Los Angeles this last week. I mentioned it in the vlog, but I never really showed it. So real quick, we're gonna do a big recap because I got 6 books and a couple of little trinkets at Melrose Trading Post. Starting with what I got at the flea market. Got this little evil eye bracelet. This was like $8, I believe. And then, are you on top of the next thing that I wanted to show? You are. How did you do that? She got off the receipt. Oh, thank you. I found this vintage glass knob. So beautiful. Look at that. Look at how clear that is. Crazy. This was $5. I'm gonna put it on that little side table because I think when the sunlight hits this, it's going to create some really pretty prisms. We went to a crystal store and I bought this little incense kitty. She was kind of overpriced. I think she was like $12, not going to lie, but I wanted to get something. Melrose Trading Post. I found a book for $1, The Vacationers by Emma Straub. I really enjoyed This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub, and I saw this and wanted to give it a try. It was $1, like great deal. We went to the last bookstore, but not the original like downtown location. They just opened a second location. Lots of used books, not a lot of like trendy, popular new books that I recognized. It felt more like a paperback exchange right now, but they still had some hidden treasures deep in the sci-fi paranormal section on like the bottom shelf. I found books that like literally made me want to squeal with joy, and I could not believe it. Not only did I find Haunting and Hunting Adeline, but what's so freaking exciting about these books is they are the indie versions, the self-published versions, before trad publishing. Like, you can't buy these babies. You can only find them out in the wild. So $20 each. My total was $44, but so freaking worth it. I felt like I was holding out from purchasing these because I knew I'd come across the indie version somewhere, and I finally did, and I cannot believe it. I have the indie versions of Her Soul to Take and God of Malice, so I'm so happy that I'm adding these to the collection. We also went to the Ripped Bodice, which is a romance-only bookstore I've been dreaming of going to in Culver City, and I bought this really fun little green tote bag. It says probably books on it. It was $25, but like, I was on vacation, okay? Well, I was there for work. I was there for a YouTube event. I'll show you that first, actually. They gave us a couple of like other goodies from brands, but YouTube specifically gave us this nice YouTube shopping journal with a YouTube shopping pen. I love stuff like this, and I cannot wait to fill this journal with like creative ideas. It's going right upstairs into my office. Back to the Ripped Bodice. I ended up buying this book that people have actually recommended this book to me, so when I saw it there, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. The time feels right. I ended up getting A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. I believe this is like a sapphic fantasy romance folklorist. I don't know, but it looks really, really good. I shouldn't even preface this because it's like, if you don't know what this is, you wouldn't know, and if you do, you've read it, so you're just as guilty. But I've been wanting to buy this for a while now. It's called The Sea Witch by Katie Robert, and it's a Wicked Villains book. Guess it was in the spicy section. I'm intrigued, okay? And it's like a self-published indie book. And then right by the checkout, they had a section full of ARCs that you could take for free and just random books that they were giving away. I don't know why, but I found a book that was literally on like my saved for later tab for years. This came out last year though, 2024, but since then, like, I've been wanting to buy this book, so I cannot believe I saw it there giving it away for free. It felt so meant to be. Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, reference to Taylor Swift. It is a sapphic romance. Look at how fun this cover is. Free. I got this book for free. I cannot believe it. Oh my god. And then I also grabbed a couple of the Ripped Bodice bookmarks by the checkout as well. I can't believe I bought 6 books. I went there with 6 books and I came back home with 12 books, but that was my little LA haul. I'm literally leaving for a family cabin trip in the morning, and it's like 7 p.m. I have so many random things to do before I leave tomorrow, including pack and get the house prepped, but I want to see if I can get this doorknob on because I'm really excited about it. And we are off once again on the 3rd back-to-back trip of the summer. I have never had a summer this booked and busy, so I'm very grateful for it. Definitely a balance of living in the moment, prepping, and capturing like content, editing. Like, I'm so behind. I'm posting Ischia, Italy stuff on my Instagram right now, Venice, Italy over on my TikTok, Florence on YouTube Shorts. I already went to LA, and now I'm off to a week in Grand Marais with my family in Ashton. I'm capturing all of it. I've done vlogs at home in between. I'm just like 6 weeks behind on content right now, and I like to be completely caught up. But just trying to have the best summer ever. This is the summer I turned 30, the summer that I went to Italy for the first time, the summer that Ashton's going on, surprisingly, the first family vacation with my family, I think. I went on the first family vacation with his family when I met his family, which is crazy to say that I just showed up and was like, hey, I'm Makayla. I don't know if this is the end of a vlog. Oh, Luna's ears in the camera. So if it is, I will see you in Grand Marais. Oh, let's go up north. Luna. Hi, you're so pretty. What pretty baby. Hi. Marnie's like, pay attention to me. Oh, roly polies.